Sapadikar Shri Guru Gaurachandra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Pari Prajakacharya Astatersa Shri Shiman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Pari Prajakacharya Astatersa Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dardev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Morning Class. Dandavat. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidangscha Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Haribo. Jai Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Continuing to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the 5th chapter of the Adi Lila. This is the glories of our Lord Nityananda Balaram. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Excuse me, I just have to make an adjustment. Choda Bhuvane Yana Shabe Kare Dhyana. We are in text 222. Vaikuntade Puri Jana Lila Gunagana. Everyone in the 14 worlds meditates upon him, and all the denizens of Vaikuntha sing of his glories, qualities, and pastimes. It's just qualities and pastimes. Yara Madhurite Kare Lakshmi Akarshana. Rupa Gosai Kariyachena Se Rupa Varnana. The goddess of fortune is attracted by his sweetness, which Srila Rupa Goswami has described in this way. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is going to say something about this verse that's following. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Laghu Bhagavatamrita has quoted from the Padma Purana, where it is stated that Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, after seeing the attractive features of Lord Krishna, was attracted to him, and to get the favor of Lord Krishna, she engaged herself in meditation. When asked by Krishna why she engaged in meditation with austerity, Lakshmi Devi answered, "I want to be one of your associates, like the gopis in Vrindavan." Hearing this, Lord Shri Krishna replied that it was quite impossible. Lakshmi Devi then said that she wanted to remain just like a golden line on the chest of the Lord. The Lord granted this request, and since then Lakshmi has always been situated on the chest of Lord Krishna as a golden line. And that one name of that line is Sri Lekha. Lekha means to write or to draw or a line, and Sri means the goddess of fortune. The austerity and meditation of Lakshmi Devi are also mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, where the Nagapatnis, the wives of the serpent Kaliya, in the course of their prayers to Lord Krishna, said that the goddess of fortune Lakshmi also wanted his association as a gopi and desired the dust of his lotus feet. Any question?
No.
Smeran Bangi Traya Parichitam Sachi Vistirna Drishtam Vangsin Yastadara Kishalayam Ujjalam Chandrekena Govindakyam Haritanumita Keshitito Pakante Ma prekshishta stava yadi sake bandhu shange striranga. My dear friend, if you are indeed attached to your worldly friends, do not look at the smiling face of Lord Govinda as he stands on the bank of the Jamuna at Keshigarh. Casting his sidelong glances, he places his flute to his lips, which seem like newly blossomed twigs. His transcendental body, bending in 3 places, appears very bright in the moonlight. So this is a really famous verse. And sometimes we can remember that verse. He's saying, my dear friend, if you indeed are attached to your worldly friends, do not look at the smiling face of Lord Govinda as he stands on the bank of the Jamuna at Keshigarh. You'll forget about your friends. So if you really want to remember them and stay with them, then don't look at him. Casting sidelong glances, he places his flute to his lips, which seem like newly blossomed twigs, which means newly blossomed little flowers on twigs. His transcendental body, bending in 3 places, appears very bright in the moonlight. This is a verse quoted from the Upadesamrita Sindhu. This is in the 1st chapter. In connection with practical devotional service. Generally, people in their conditioned life engage in the pleasure of society, friendship, and love. This so-called love is lust, not love. But people are satisfied with such a false understanding of love. Vidyapati, a great and learned poet of Mithila, has said that the pleasure derived from friendship, society, and family life in the material world is like a drop of water, but our hearts desire pleasure like an ocean. We want an ocean of happiness. But like in the desert, if you get a drop of water, well, I guess it's better than nothing. But it's not much. Thus, the heart is compared to a desert of material existence that requires the water of an ocean of pleasure to satisfy its dryness. If there's a drop of water in the desert, one may indeed say that it is water, but such a minute quantity of water really has no value. Similarly, in this material world, no one is satisfied with the dealings of society, friendship, and love. Not really. He may say he is, but he isn't. It's not really satisfying. Therefore, if one wants to derive real pleasure within his heart, he must seek the lotus feet of Govinda. In this verse, Rupa Goswami indicates that if one wants to be satisfied in the pleasure of society and friendship and love, he need not take shelter or seek shelter at the lotus feet of Govinda, for if one takes shelter under his lotus feet, he will forget that minute quantity of so-called pleasure. One who is not satisfied with that so-called pleasure may seek the lotus feet of Govinda, who stands on the shore of the Jamuna at Keshitirtha, at Keshigarh, in Vrindavan, and attracts all the gopis to his transcendental loving service. Any question?
No.
Saksha Brajendra Shuta Ite Nahiana Jeva Agye Kare Kare Pratimahena Jnana. Without a doubt, he is directly the son of the king of Braja. Only a fool considers him to be a statue. Se aparade tara nahika nishtara gora nara kete pade ki bali baara. For that offense he cannot be liberated. Rather, he will fall into a terrible hellish condition. What more should I say? In this Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami has stated that those who are actually very serious about devotional service do not differentiate between the form of the Lord made out of clay, metal, stone, or wood, and the original form of the Lord. There is no difference at all. Those who are against the conception of the deity, they are very foolish, because they're worshiping a book. They really are worshiping a book. They're thinking that God and that book are the same. So what kind of logic are they using? The Lord can appear in any form. And he's stating, I do appear in the form of the deity. I am there. You worship me in this form. I have come to accept your worship. What we call stone, wood, and metal are energies of the Supreme Lord, and energies are never separate from the energetic. As we have several times explained, no one can separate sunshine energy from the energetic sun. Therefore, material energy may appear separate from the Lord, but transcendentally, it is non-different from the Lord. If we must start to begin to understand these points. What we see as matter is only our point of view, which is wrong. The Lord can appear anywhere and everywhere because his diverse energies are distributed everywhere, like sunshine. We should therefore understand whatever we see to be the energy of the Supreme Lord, and should not differentiate between the Lord and his archa form made from clay, wood, metal, or paint. Even if one has not developed this consciousness, one should accept it theoretically from the instructions of the spiritual master, and should worship the Archamurti, or form of the Lord in the temple, as non-different from the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam has condemned those who think the body to be the self as Boma Ijyadi. Boma means earth, and Ijyadi means worshipper. There are two kinds of Boma Ijyadi: those who worship the land of their birth, such as nationalists who make many sacrifices for the motherland, and those who condemn the worship of the form of the Lord. One should not worship the planet Earth or land of his birth, nor should one condemn the form of the Lord, which is manifested in metal or wood for our facility. Material things are also the energy of the Supreme Lord. So if that's true, then why should one not worship the land of his birth, or worship his body, or the body of his family, the bodies of his family? It is because he is referring to this materialistic worship, that everything connected with me is worshipable because I'm worshipable. But to see the Lord behind that energy, that is a very different thing. And not to see that is also the same as any other kind of miscalculated worship. They're both mundane. Any question on that?
No.
Heina Jai Govinda Prabhupada Nu Jaha Haite Tahara Charana Kripa Ke Pare Varnite. Therefore, one who can describe the mercy of the lotus feet of him, Lord Nityananda, by whom I have attained the shelter. Therefore, who can describe the mercy of the lotus feet of him, Lord Nityananda, by whom I have attained the shelter of this Lord, Govinda? Vrindavane Vaishe Jata Vaishnava Mandala Krishna Nama Parayana Padama Mangala. All the groups of Vaishnavas who live in Vrindavan are absorbed in chanting the all-auspicious name of Krishna. Jara Prana Dana Nityananda Sri Chaitanya Radha Krishna Bhakti Bine Nahi Jane Anya. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are the life and soul of those Vaishnavas who do not know anything but devotional service to Sri Radha and Krishna. Se Vaishnavera padare nutara padachaya adamere dila Prabhu Nityananda daya. The dust and shade of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas have been granted to this fallen soul by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Taha sarva labhyahai Prabhu ravachana se sutra e tarakaila vivarana. Lord Nityananda said, in Vrindavan all things are possible. Here I have explained this brief statement in detail. Lord Nityananda said, in Vrindavan all things are possible. Here I have explained this brief statement in detail. So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj has been telling us the story of the mercy of Nityananda which came to him after chastising his brother, just chastising his brother for not recognizing Miniketan Ramdas, which means not recognizing Nityananda Prabhu. Very little faith in Nityananda Prabhu. And for that, Nityananda Prabhu appeared to him in such a beautiful form, inconceivable form, and with so many associates and bumblebees around his lotus feet and looking like a blackish rain cloud. And telling him, go to Vrindavan, all things will be found there. So those who are actually chanting the glories of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, they will find Mahaprabhu to be their life and soul. If they do not, then their names are not, the divine form of Radha and Krishna is not coming from their mouth. You cannot separate Radha and Krishna from Mahaprabhu. Se Shaba Painu Ami Vrindavane Aya, Se Shaba Labja E Prabhura Kripaya. I have attained all this by coming to Vrindavan, and this was made possible by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So we are always giving so much respect to the inhabitants of Vrindavan. We don't know who is who, and we're not in a mood to judge all these things. But we walk there in a very respectful mood. Purport, all the inhabitants of Vrindavan are Vaishnavas. They are all auspicious because somehow or other they always chant the holy name of Krishna. Even though some of them do not strictly follow the rules and regulations of devotional service, on the whole they are devotees of Krishna and chant his name directly or indirectly. Purposely or without purpose, even when they pass on the street, they are fortunate enough to exchange greetings by saying the name of Radha or Krishna. This directly or indirectly, they are auspicious. The present city of Vrindavan has been established by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas since the 6 Goswamis went there and directed the construction of their different temples. Of all the temples in Vrindavan, 90% belong to the Gaudiya Vaishnava sect, the followers of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, and 7 temples are very famous. The inhabitants of Vrindavan do not know anything but the worship of Radha and Krishna. In recent years, some unscrupulous so-called priests, known as the caste Goswamis, have introduced the worship of demigods privately, but no genuine or rigid Vaishnavas participate in this. Those who are serious about Vaishnava method of worship activities do not take part in such worship of demigods. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas never differentiate between Radha Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. They say that since Lord Chaitanya is the combined form of Radha and Krishna, he is not different from Radha and Krishna. Some misled people try to prove that they are greatly elevated by saying that they like to chant the holy name of Lord Gora instead of the names of Radha and Krishna. Thus they purposely differentiate between Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. According to them, The system of Nadia Nagari, which they have recently invented in their fertile brains, is the worship of Gaura, Lord Chaitanya, but they do not like to worship Radha and Krishna. They put forward the argument that since Lord Chaitanya himself appeared as Radha and Krishna combined, there is no necessity of worshipping Radha and Krishna. So here and there in purport, Srila Prabhupada would introduce us to some misconceptions that can be found in people living in India. But we were very naive when we were thinking everyone from India is like a great Vaishnava. But we had to be educated. No, this group you don't want to associate with. And that group, they are completely making some foolishness up. So in that way we have to discern. But in general, unless we know someone, we have to walk in a very respectful manner and respect others whom we know to be deviated from the proper path of divine truth, and we can offer respect from a distance. Such differentiated by so-called devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered disruptive by pure devotees. Anyone who differentiates between Radha and Krishna Gauranga is to be considered a plaything in the hands of Maya. Then there are others who are against the worship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thinking him mundane. Some call him a political reformer. But any sect that differentiates between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna, either by worshipping Radha Krishna as distinct from Lord Chaitanya, or by worshipping Lord Chaitanya but not Radha and Krishna, is in a group of Prakriti Sahajiyas. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, predicts in verse 225 and 226 that in the future those who manufacture imaginary methods of worship will gradually give up the worship of Radha and Krishna, and although they will call themselves devotees of Lord Chaitanya, they will also give up the worship of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eventually. He's saying gradually and definitely, and fall down into material activities. For the real worshippers of Lord Chaitanya, the ultimate goal of life is to worship Sri Sri Radha and Krishna.
So some of them thought that Mahaprabhu was a political reformer.
Yeah. Or, like some. But we remember the story suddenly of Sobari Muni. There's a story of one Muni, and he saw the Garuda was eating. He was meditating in the ocean, and he saw the Garuda was eating the aquatics. Garuda would come and eat snakes and other fish and things, and he criticized Garuda. Yeah, you're eating all these snakes and you're cruel. And he fell down. He left his meditation and married a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of ladies and something. I forget. But that one thing of seeing the Vaishnava's behavior as being mundane, that caused him to leave his meditation entirely. Apanarakata liki nirlajahaya nityananda gune lekaya unmata kariya. I have described my own story without reservations. The attributes of Lord Nityananda, making me like a madman, force me to write these things. So he's saying, without restriction, I'm unabashedly writing this story of the mercy of Lord Nityananda upon me, because I'm such a fallen soul. He has written this in the previous verses, Krishnadas Kaviraj. I'm so fallen that no one should even say my name. But I have unhesitatingly, without reservation, written this story so that the whole world will know how merciful Nityananda is. Nityananda Prabhura Guna Mahima Apara Sahasha Vadane Shesha Nahi Paya Jara. So there's no pride in that. That, oh, I'm so special and I'm so special. There's no question about that. It's just, how is he so merciful? The glories of Lord Nityananda's transcendental attributes are unfathomable. Even Lord Shesha with his thousands of mouths cannot find their limit. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Parijara Asha Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Dasa, praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, 5th chapter, describing the glories of Lord Nityananda Balaram. Haribol.
And then chapter 6.
Now chapter 6. I'll read the introduction to chapter 6. The glories of Advaita Acharya. So, Damodar Prabhu,
Yeah.
what is chapter 5?
What is what?
Chapter 5 of the Adi Lila we've been reading. Can you remember?
No.
It is the glories of Nityananda Balaram.
Oh, yes.
And the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya is what is contained in chapter 6. The truth of Advaita Acharya has been described in 2 verses. So remember, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the first verses are now being described in the whole rest of this, all of these other next verses. Each verse is being expanded into a chapter. So the next verse, the next 2 verses, the truth of Advaita Acharya has been described in 2 verses. It is said that material nature has 2 features, namely the material cause and the efficient cause. The efficient causal activities are caused by Mahavishnu, meaning he is the cause of the other cause. The material cause, what is, this is happening and then that is form and these forms are coming and all these things. That is happening by material nature. But the cause that this can happen, that is Mahavishnu. That is the efficient cause, or the cause of all other causes. The efficient causal activities are caused by Mahavishnu, and the material causal activities are caused by another form of Mahavishnu known as Advaita. So Advaita Prabhu is sometimes called Sadashiva. That efficient cause, Mahavishnu, by his glance, he is glancing over material nature, and that who is carrying that glance, or non-different from that glance, it can be said, is Shiva, Sadashiva. That Advaita, the superintendent of the cosmic manifestation, has descended in the form of Advaita Acharya to associate with Lord Chaitanya. When he is addressed as the servitor of Lord Chaitanya, his glories are magnified, because unless one is invigorated by this mentality of servitorship, one cannot understand the mellows derived from devotional service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. Anyway, we'll hear much more about this in the coming chapter. Jai Shri Advaita Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. All right. We have come to Bhakti Nashika Sadadosha, 6 faults that destroy bhakti. And this is on page 367, and these are written by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur. back a little bit here. Verse 1 is Bhachavega Manasakroda Vega. So this is beginning of verse 2, so maybe I've missed something here. Okay, so we'll go back to page 63. Because this is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary on the first verse. And what is the first verse? Oh, sorry. No, that's not it. It's back a little bit more. Verse 1. Oh yeah, sorry, page 43. So, what is the first verse?
Of the Upadesamrita.
Mm-hmm. Manasakroda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam, Etan Vegam, Yovishheta Dhira, Sarvam Apimam Pritivim Sasisyat. So here, okay. Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai, Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jai, Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Jai Mahaprabhu Jai, Sri Giriraju ki Jai. Haribo, Guru Kripa Bale Labhi Sambandha Vijnana, Kirti Jiva Hayena Bhajane Yatnavana. So, attaining proper Sambandha Gyan by the mercy of Sri Guru, fortunate jivas engage in bhajan. Attaining proper sambandha gyan, the knowledge of what is material nature, who are we, how are we entangled, who is the creator, who are everything. Then the fortunate jivas engage in bhajan. Say Jive Sri Rupa Goswami Mahodai, Upadesamrita Danya Karena Nischai. Srila Rupa Goswami has certainly blessed such jivas with Sri Upadesamrita. Grihi Griha Tyagi Beda Dvi Prakara Jane, Upadesha Beda Vichari Bevigya Gyane. There are two types of practitioners, householders and renunciants. And the wise will conclude that there are different instructions for each of them. Grihi prati eshava upadeshahai, grihatyagi prati ihab parakastamai. All of these instructions are for householders, and they are of utmost importance for renunciants. Vakya vega Manovega, Kroda Vega Ar, Jiva Vega, Udara, Upasta Vega Char, Chaya Vega Sahi Krishna Namashraye, Jagat Satite Pare Parajiya Bhaye. Those who tolerate the 6 base urges, the urges of speech, the mind, anger, the tongue, the belly, and the genitals, by taking shelter of Krishna's name, can instruct the world and conquer fear. Kevala Sharanagati Krishna Bhakti Maya, Bhakti Pratikula Tyagatara Angahaya. Pure surrender is made up of Krishna Bhakti. Rejecting that which is unfavorable to bhakti is one of its limbs. Bhakti pratikula. So this verse is giving us some indication of pratikul. And Srila, do you know the word pratikul?
Rejection?
Yeah. It means unfavorable.
Unfavorable?
Yeah. So what is unfavorable? These 6 are being named. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, pure surrender. So these are the 6 limbs of surrender, right? One of them is Bhakti Pratikula, giving up that which is unfavorable, accepting what is favorable. And this is a huge subject. Don't forget that these are limbs of surrender. They cannot be given up outside of surrender. The Lord knows. I was thinking about this morning, that the circumstances of our life, they're like sort of a chiropractic adjustment by the universe. They're like a karmic chiropractic adjustment. And we should just allow ourselves to be adjusted. We don't know what's wrong with ourselves. We're not the doctor. And we don't know how to fix it. We are simply allowing the Lord to utilize His own energy in such a loving way as to adjust us. But we have to have faith in the doctor. We must have faith in the doctor. So pure surrender is made up of Krishna Bhakti. Rejecting that which is unfavorable to Bhakti is one of its limbs. Chaya Vega Sahi Yukta Vairagya Ashraye Name Aparada Shunya Haibe Nirbaye. Those who tolerate these 6 urges in the shelter of Yukta Vairagya will fearlessly become free from the offenses to the holy name. So we have to be sheltered in order to give these up. Otherwise, what are we going to do about it? Certainly we can understand that the suffering that we're experiencing is coming to fix something, to adjust something in me. But the suffering is really mostly made up of my resistance to that. So if you go for example, I'm just thinking about this analogy this morning. If you go to a chiropractor and you tense up and you don't allow that adjustment, then you're causing yourself all the pain. Really, or most of it, right? You're not allowing the adjustment to happen. And we don't even know what the adjustment is doing. All we have to do is bow down and say, yes, my Lord, you know, your sweetness is flowing like reality is flowing like a river of honey. And all I'm tasting is bitterness because I cannot accept your mercy. I think I know better. I'm talking about myself. Haribo. All right. So this is another by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, page 46. Shri Shri Godruma Chandraya Namaha. Obeisances to the divine moon of Godruma. Yeah, do you know Godruma? It's part of Navadvip. It's where, and actually, that is where Bhaktivinoda Thakur lived, in Srabi Kunja. Jat Kripa Sagarod Bhutam Upadesamrita Bhuvi Shri Rupena Samanitam Gaura Chandrang Bhajamitam Natvagranta Pranetaram Tikakaram Pranamyacha Maya Virachyate Vritti Piyusha Pariveshani. I serve Gaurachandra, from the ocean of whose mercy this Upadesamrita, the nectar of instruction, was produced and brought to the world by Sri Rupa. Offering my obeisances to the author of this text, Sri Rupa, and the commentator, Sri Radharamandas, I write this Piyusha Varshini Vritti, the commentary which showers this nectar. Anyabilashita shunyam jnana karma dhanavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. Shri Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu. Pure bhakti is constant endeavor for Krishna with the intent of pleasing him, that is free from desire. Okay, I'm going to read this a little differently. Pure bhakti is a constant endeavor for Krishna with the intent of pleasing him, and that bhakti is free from desirelessness, anyabilasita, of anything else, and unobstructed by inquiry into impersonal Brahma or Gyan, karma, Gyan avinavatam, observance of conventional rites, karma, and so on. It's free from those both things. And those things are in layers. So when we first were hearing about this, we think, okay, I'm going to worship Krishna without any desire for material enjoyment. Okay, that's what I do. And I don't want impersonal Brahman Jyoti perfection. But I've come to know since then that those things are covering us in layer upon layer. And to come to the center, one has to embrace everything and come into the current of reality that is behind it and try to serve that without desiring to get out and not desiring to gain anything in this world by that practice. And we'll again and again and again receive those practicing opportunities, which means they're subjective. They're coming to me in a very personal way. And to each person in a very personal way. To show us, oh, you have a habitual way of dealing with life, which is karma and gyan. But there are layers, and they're thin layers. So they're not easily perceived by us. And we've woven them into our devotional practice. It's normal. It's just the normal thing. But gradually, those things will be removed by the grace of the Lord. That they're very much there. So I heard a very beautiful talk. I have to transcribe it. And Srila, the devotees were asking Guru Maharaj, what if, if we're in a group doing some sankirtan or something, and for example, the leader of the group, we don't really respect him. We don't feel he's a good leader or we should be following him. What should we do? And Guru Maharaj says, you must, many things he said, but proceed on as you can. Go, find a place where you are enlivened, where your spiritual life is going on. And then he said, but deeply, our practicing life is to see first that this circumstance has been arranged by the Lord. And then proceed in the mood of surrender to try to understand how I am to go, what is coming to me here, and how I shall adjust, or maybe it is that you will leave, and maybe it is that you will continue to more deeply seek what it is that is required by you. And become more aware of that because of these circumstances that the Lord has arranged. But in any case, whatever the decision is, or whatever is coming more clear, we must proceed knowing that the circumstances are divine. They've been arranged lovingly to help us to proceed in our spiritual life. Guru Maharaj said this is the most important practice of Bhakti Yoga. Otherwise, we are trying for Gyan. In other words, we're trying to get out. But get out of what? In the end, is there anything to get out of except my own misunderstanding? The cultivation of bhakti based on the acceptance of the favorable and rejection of the unfavorable that is prescribed in this verse is extremely necessary for devotees. Acceptance of the favorable and rejection of the unfavorable are not limbs of pure bhakti itself, but are two limbs of sharanapati, surrender, which grants one eligibility for bhakti and is the primary characteristic of Shraddha or faith. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulya vivarjanam rakshishishyatiti vishvaso goptritve varanam tata atmanikshepakarpanye sadvida sharanagati. Accepting the favorable, rejecting the unfavorable, confidence that Krishna will grant his protection, embracing Krishna's guardianship, fully offering oneself, and humility are the 6 limbs of surrender. In this verse, rejection of the unfavorable is prescribed. One who can meticulously tolerate the urges of speech, the mind, anger, the tongue, the belly, and the genitals can instruct the whole world. But how do we reject it? We reject what is my knee-jerk reaction to the will of the Lord. That is the central point. Rejecting what and for why? What is the problem? Why should I reject anger to the material nature? Because we shouldn't be looking at material nature. Material nature means illusion. We should be looking at the divine nature and checking. Oh, look at my, like I told Sudhir one day, I have a fundamental problem with reality. I'm angry, I'm this, I'm that, I want this, I don't want that. I don't like it. It's not going my way. But is that a problem with what is around me, or is that my problem that I'm thinking and seeing matter instead of reality? We can't. We have to change that whole idea. Otherwise, we're going to be impersonalist. We're going to be looking for mukti. I want out. This is bad and I'm out. I want to get out of here. There's nothing bad. My eyes are what's bad. It's like saying, oh, this whole world is blurry. I gotta get out of here. No, it's your eyes are blurry. So kamar shadipir bhaver akrantam yasya manasam katam tatra mukundasya spurti sambhavana bhavet. From the Padma Purana, how can Mukunda appear within the mind of one who's afflicted with lamentation, anger, and other emotions? Those emotions are our rejection of his will. What are we angry at? I mean, I'm speaking about myself, 100%. But these are knee-jerk reactions. So the practice of Sharanagati is the one solution to every single problem that exists. There is no problem that is not solved through Sharanagati. Wow. Jai Shishi Guru Gaura Chandra Jai Giraj Ki Jai. But we want to practice Krishna consciousness and leave Krishna out of it. I mean, that's how I feel. I'm looking at myself. It's like you want to just go on and do all these things that you do, but you don't want Krishna to really be a part of it. Because he shouldn't be like messing in my life, interfering with my life. I just want him to be good and stay on the altar and make my life peaceful. But that is not Krishna consciousness, actually. And, we're just going to keep trying. Try to remember. This morning, I'm just going to tell you, this morning I heard, somebody was talking to me yesterday about some, real difficulties and something, and it affected me, and I was waking up and worrying about this situation and feeling sad and bad about it, and this shouldn't be, and that, and this, and that, as I always do. And then I think, oh no, Krishna, you have brought this circumstance to me. You are so mercifully coming in this form to me. What am I to think? And then suddenly that whole thing came about the chiropractor. This is just an adjustment. Nothing to think about later. Oh, that adjustment. Oh, that was so bad. No, be adjusted and be happy and go on. That is real life. But it's not easy. But the hard part is not resisting. Just allow the Lord to do what he's doing and bow down. How sweet he is. How sweet. The whole of existence is sweet. What is my problem? I have jaundice. That's the only problem. So, physician, heal thyself. First heal yourself, then you can heal others. Anyway, it was a very great relief for me, and I was feeling so happy about it. Oh, my Lord, you've shown me this. And we just have to keep that practice up. You have brought this before me, my Lord. You have arranged this. And I bow down to this. And let us see what our lesson is. Instead of keeping our boxing gloves on all the time. And fighting what? Jai Shri Upadesamrita ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Hari Bol, Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai. Can you give me the drum, sir? Thank you. 1,000,000 billion years of theory can be reduced to a speck of dust in one moment of Sharanagati.
Those are the essence of the Vedas, right?
Pardon?
Is the conclusion of the Vedas.
Yeah. Hari Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Jai Sapadikashi Shri Guru Gaurachandra Ju Ki Jai. Now taking his bog, lovingly prepared by Vrajmohini Devi Dasi, extremely devoted soul. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ju Ki Jai, also taking his bog, offered by Vrajmohini Devi Dasi. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Nam Acharya Jai. Naughty. Shri Sadgoswami Prabhu Ki, Swami Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai. Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nittai Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol Jai. Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai.
Bhima Krishna Prabhu is present in the Lekha, Didi, present, Bhakti.
Oh, Bhakti Bani, I haven't seen you for a while, or seen you with my ear.
Thank you.
Haribol, thank you for being with us this morning, letting us be with you this morning. Dandavat. Jai Gurudev.